times. I have been lied to, I have been used, I have been taken advantage of, I have been separated from the people who I love. I have written a 400-page novel about it. I have filed hundreds of police reports locally, in Florida, in Wisconsin, in Indiana, in Georgia. I was contacting homeless shelters. Nothing. Can you please make it make sense? I am a college graduate. I have zero criminal record. Zero criminal record. I have been working with a work permit since I was 14 years old. Legally too young to have a job unless you have a permit from your school. What part of this makes sense to you people? How many times am I going to be abused, used, discarded, robbed, raped, physically assaulted, robbed, before someone actually creates a resolution? I was promised by the last team that I was done being used, that I had, quote, suffered enough, that no human being was made to be a punching bag for someone else. That I had more purpose than being raped and abused. Here we are, though.
This guy looks like he's writing out something.
It's disgusting, you know? And I don't love Xavier because he's a liar. He's a fucking fraud. And he found me and said that his brother was the district attorney and that he loved me and wanted a family with me. Meanwhile, he just keeps getting me pregnant to treat me like shit. Because if I'm pregnant and scared that I'm going to be raped and assaulted, he can treat me however he wants and I won't go, right? But his brother, Carlos Montoya, is supposedly the district attorney. I can't find him on LinkedIn.
They're fucking with your phone.
Xavier says that he's supposed to help us. We've been together now 13 months. 13 months, Xavier and I, on the promise that he was sent by God to help me, to shed light on what was going on, to redeem me, to restore my life, to help me receive restitution. I could barely move my right shoulder past like here. There's a huge clicking noise. I've never been manhandled or assaulted or battered before by a police officer. Fake police officers, a lady named Gabby, who I know from the nuclear medicine department at Parag Doshi's Cardiovascular Institute, assaulted me dressed as a police officer in my own apartment when she batter-rammed the door down with two other men and physically assaulted me at the Montclair apartment a year ago. I had my lease and my rental receipt in hand, and she said that I was being evicted and choked me and grabbed me by my face and slammed me around. So I guess I have been battered by, well, she's fake. They're all fake cops. They put on a bulletproof vest and drive all unmarked cars and claim that they're police, but really they just go around beating innocent people. And all of my audience who's been watching for this past 4 years, who knows without a doubt what's been going on, no one is helping me. They broke the zipper off my tent so that I can't even lock it closed.
It's a lie.
Xavier's a lie. Just like when the 8 hours of sex in the Gold Coast apartment he promised was for me to be protected. You didn't promise that that was my apartment?
No, the 8 hours that you keep talking about, it's a lie.
You're lying. And that's why you can't keep yourself consistent. Nothing about anything I've been documenting or reporting has changed. Nothing. It's all been 100% spot on. 10 weeks ago, Xavier had never put hands on me, called me a name, nothing. Xavier had, listen to him, hear this. Xavier had never called me a name. Never called me a name until 10 weeks ago. This man would hold me. He made me feel like he loved me. 10 weeks ago, he starts calling me every name in the book, obscene names, physically abusing me, grabbing me by my wrist and dragging me down the street so that my whole entire back is skin is burned off. The NASCAR weekend with 50 to 100 witnesses all standing in the street watching. No one sees any problem with this. Nobody thinks that there's something going on here.
Turning off the Wi-Fi.
Oh, he's turning off the Wi-Fi. Because anytime that a person is exposed for the fucking inconsistent person they really are.
It's all lies.
What part of it is a lie? Come here and have a rational adult conversation.
All right,
Speak to what I said.
Got a little bit of information. There's a Salvation Army Resource Center that's 1 mile away. I got the address and a phone number for you guys.
Thank you.
There's a shelter. It's in the city though. Most of the burbs out here, they don't have shelters. But there is a phone number for a service. It's called Journeys. It's in Oak Park. Now I know how far Oak Park is from here, right?
I'll go there.
But you can call them, and you guys are much more mobile than some other people. But,
yeah.
This is here, sir. So, this is a Cornerstone Community Outreach. Okay, this is the one that's in the city. It's literally 10 miles away. This is the phone number you can call for them, right here. And then on the other side, right, this is the Salvation Army Community Center. This is less than a mile away. It's over off of Foster Avenue here in Norwich. That's their phone number. Okay, and then this is that shelter program in Oak Park.
Just the fact that you compiled that is more than most have done. So thank you very much.
Well, we're all humans, right?
Right.
I do this job to help people. I'm not trying to be a bad guy here, right? Like,
understandable.
Right?
It's
I obviously want
100%.
you guys-
I just want you to know,
Yeah.
sir, because I'm very smart, and there are
Right.
people out here in bad positions worse than me. They can't communicate. They can't. A lot of these programs are not real, and the only reason I'm telling you this, I appreciate your effort, and I'm going to call every single one of them. I swear to God, I am. I've been out here for 4 years. I've been calling. I'm not dumb,
Yeah.
So
No, I know.
if anyone else tells you, try to also use the same patience with them, because most of these programs, they're not real. They list them on the internet. They say they are. They've passed us out the same trifold pamphlet for literally, I just met him 13 months ago, but for the 3 years prior to that I was by myself, I've made these calls. I would literally sit in the forest preserve. I had a car at the time, so it wasn't as, desperate, because I could park on the street and sleep in the car. But I'd go to those little shelters during the day to stretch my legs and literally spend 8 to 15 hours just doing nothing but calling all these places and getting nowhere. So thank you very much, and we'll leave right now, and we appreciate that.
Let me get your name and date of birth.
Gator
Montoya,
Montoya.
Montoya.
8/11/85.
Again, I have no criminal record. I was told that this was the redemption because of everything that they had done to me on the reality show Love After Lockup, that they were going to portray the real me as a mom, as a friend, as a wife, the real person who I am, not the fucking weird, twisted, just fucked up version that they chose to create for the show that really affected my personal training career, my client list. I've been pretty much self-employed for the past while now. And on top of doing my modeling and the production company, I also do a whole bunch of other stuff. If you guys know, I do website copy and design. I do billing and coding for medical. I do personal training. I do medical office administration. The boat show, Hot Import Nights, T-Box, bar crawls. I staff promotional models, security guards in Memphis, Nashville, all remotely. These are all capacities that I've held successfully over the last, 4 to 7 years of my life, in addition to my bachelor's degree and other professional experience. So why is it that the very first time I ever took out an auto loan in my life, I have no debt. The only debt I have is student loans. I owe no one money. I've done nothing wrong. The literal only debt I have are student loans. I've never even had a credit card in my life, okay? I get all of this stuff organized to file all of these reports to, receive victim services. And the lady literally answers the phone and goes, "It's only for medical, and I'll email you the form," and hangs up. It's literally the exact same form that I've been filling out since 2019 when I was jumped and stabbed by those 3 women with screwdrivers. You guys, I am from a very quiet, Smallville kind of suburb. You don't have to be afraid of getting stabbed out there. Okay? I moved out here as a young adult and literally lived in the house, went to work 8 to 10 hours a day, took care of my children, and went to school online. I don't deserve this. I don't know how to protect myself out here, and I'm being hurt a lot. I miss my babies. Thank you. And I have to just say thank you, because these people are so asleep. They're so asleep. They have no idea. I need love, not sex. I need support, not condemnation. I need understanding, not abuse.